Olá, hello! In case you're wondering, this is a kaki, or kaki in Portuguese. And what does this have to do with the class? Well, this is going to be a metaphor for our brain. This is our brain. I'm going to split it so we have the left side and the right side. The left side, the right side. The left side of our brain controls our right side of the body, and it's all about logic, analytics, reasoning, and science. The right side of the brain controls the left side of the body and, on the other hand, is more poetic. It's where our creativity and imagination flows and the side we really want to access when drawing. Why? Because that's when you draw what you see, not what you think you see. Of course, I'll explain that during the class. For now, all we need is paper, pencil, and the willpower to shut down old habits and power on some awesome new ones. We will learn how to turn off the left side and turn on the right one. Draw lines and forms, not things. And our final project will be a Van Gogh. Yes, you will be able to draw a Van Gogh, believe me. Don't worry, I'm only hitting the left side. We don't need it. Pick your materials, follow me, and let's play. But really, how do we turn off our left side and turn on the right one? Simple. You turn off all your previous ideas about anything and everything. Yeah, the idea is simple, but not so easy to do. We have to apply a lot of exercises to get to change this mindset of unknowing things. Let's begin. What do you see here? It's a vase, right? Wrong. That's your left brain answering. Let's try again. What do you see? You see a curvy line on the left and a curvy line on the right, with a flattened circle on the top and one on the bottom. We just turned on our right side by describing what we see, not naming it with what we've learned at some point of our lives. Do you see what I'm talking about? Again, what do you see? Not a pencil? Yes, a rectangle that has a triangle on the left with a darker triangle inside. You've nailed it! One more. What do you see? If you're thinking elephant, think again. You're awesome! Exactly! It's a rectangle with 4 rectangles on the bottom, almost a square on the right, and then another rectangle on the further right. One big triangle inside the bigger rectangle and 2 triangles on the bottom. Sounds complicated, but it's not. We are talking about forms. Triangle, rectangle, square, circle. Those empty spaces are actually triangles that you can eliminate later, in case you're drawing this picture, for example. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah, we can do this all day, and it's fun to do because you get to discover a lot of new things. Keep doing it with everything that you see. Simplify the forms. Make it a habit. Describe what you see, don't name it. Everything can be anything. Describe it with as much details as you can. When it becomes a habit, it will be easier to access that part of your brain anytime you draw. Now that you understood the essence of what we're talking about, let's move to the first practical exercise. You will only need a paper and a pencil. No eraser needed. The first exercise was about seeing what we're looking at. Now we will move on to actually making some lines. As I explained, the left side of the brain is where our rationality is. So if you're drawing this, you immediately see a face. and that's what we need to unlearn. Get your paper and follow along. Let's draw two lines, one above and one below. We will connect the left side of the lines drawing what we would name a face. Again, that's our left brain screaming at us. Now we will connect the right side, copying a mirrored line of the previous one. We don't think about a face, we don't think about anything. We just copy the line. Don't think about anything, just let your pencil slide through the paper. What did you notice? Was your mind quiet during the second line? It probably was, but as we are only starting, it's too soon to tell. Do it again and observe and notice your feelings when you're doing this exercise, when drawing the second line in a more intuitive way. Absorb it. As the mind is silent, you are actually drawing what you see, not what you think you see. It's important to take your time while doing it. If even for a second our left brain starts to rationalize the line will stop to work. It would be an uneven and tense line, a rational line. Can you see here? It's uneven and tense. That's why we need to do this a lot. As you get in the right brain zone again, everything will start to work out just fine. Another thing to notice, when you shift your eyes and mind to the closed form, you see a vase, not faces. It means everything can be anything, we just need to look at things. It's positive and negative spaces and the lines. Do this exercise as many times as you can. Remember, draw lines, not faces. You can use it as a warm-up even if you already incorporate it into your daily life. Because yes, we can create new habits, but we need to keep doing it to keep learning, improving, and moving forward. As we move forward, we realize that things are not flattened. Everything has lights and shadows. That's what gives it volume and a three-dimensional form. The exercise to practice our tonal values will be these 4 rectangles. On the first one, we will make a tonal variation with filled squares. Divide the rectangle in 9 spaces and go from light to dark. Each square will have a tonal variation. One square is light, the other one a little bit darker. Take your time, don't rush the process. Speed doesn't matter here. Each square is a little bit darker than the previous one, and so forth. Notice how I hold my pencil. When you want a light effect, just almost lay your pencil down and go from there. Very soft and smooth. To make it darken and more sharpened, the pencil gets almost perpendicular to the paper. You will see. Observe now how I slide my fingers on the pencil to get near the tip. The closer I get, the more perpendicular the pencil is, the darker the line. It makes a huge difference. If you're not satisfied with the contrast between one space and the other, just go back one space and paint over to get more contrast. Just keep in mind that you still have some square to go and make them even darker. See how close my hand is to the tip of the pencil? Keep moving forward, one square darker than the other. Here's a closer look so you can see my hand on the pencil when going from light to dark. Then, on the other rectangle, go from dark to light. Again, each square has a tonal variation that must be different from the previous one. When you want it lighter, don't press the pencil too hard on the paper. This is also a very therapeutical exercise. You can apply in your everyday life even while watching TV. Of course, always paying attention on what you're doing. Now it's time to make a gradient. You go from light to dark almost without getting your pencil out of your paper. You just do that when you slide your fingers to get closer to the tip, as I explained before. Also, change the weight of your hand when pressing the pencil and keep going. Again, don't rush the process. I can't say that enough. Don't try to do it fast. There's no need for it. The right brain does not have track of time. Seriously. On the fourth rectangle, do the same thing, the gradient, from dark to light. Start pressing the pencil on the paper, and as you move, keep making your hand lighter. The tonal variation will follow. Don't forget to compare your gradients. Are you satisfied? Can the light be lighter? Can the dark be darkened? Try to make a constructive critical assessment of the exercise. Now that we know how to see things and practice the values, let's draw some eggs. Oh, I'm sorry, not eggs. Some oval shapes, yes! Oh, be careful, the egg hurt me. That's what I'm talking about. Let's draw some shapes. The first thing to do is to look at the source of the light. Where is the light source? Understand where the main light is. Here is coming from the left up. When the light hits the shape, it generates a shadow, but there's also a reflection of the light underneath the object. So pay attention to that. All matters. See what's in front of you. We don't want to draw the outline of the oval shape now. We just want to do the gradient and make it pop out of your page. Now it's time to apply the exercise when observing and drawing this three-dimensional oval shape. Remember the previous exercise and focus on the weight of your hand. Also, try to make your gradient smooth. Keep moving forward. Notice the silent mind. It's all about letting it flow. Take your time. This is not about speed. Dive in on your right side of the brain and just keep drawing what's right there. In case you're wondering why I didn't suggest any type of a specific pencil, it's because I always say that we have to use what we've got. So if you have a pencil, use it. Use that exactly one. Then, later on, when you have practiced and know what it is that you need, for example, a softer pencil for shadows or a harder one for details, then you will know which one you go for. Keep going from light to dark, adding as much contrast as you see. When one egg's cooked, add one more, or two. The shadow will change, and it's going to be a whole other exercise with the same object. Go ahead and let me know what you think. We already covered the lines, the shadows, the turning on the right side of the brain, and now we will focus on the negative and positive spaces. When drawing, you don't need to think about what you're drawing. That's your left brain talking to you. So when you draw, just pay attention to the forms. For example, this plant. You want to draw the lines, but it's easier to draw the spaces because they are more intuitive. And also, that's when you work with your right side of the brain. First of all, download and print the frame I attached on the class project. It's a rectangle with a grid to help you find the half of the width and the height. Print it and cut it where I signed. It will probably be too malleable, so we need to put it on a paper card. Get one if you have one, any cardboard will do. Cut it and glue them together. Don't forget to leave the grid part up. This frame is for you to filter whatever it is that you're focusing on. It helps you when you are outside drawing or anywhere, because you will only see what's inside that frame. Two things I need to point out. Always close one eye when looking into the frame, and always keep your elbow straightened. Otherwise, each time you put the frame up to see and down to draw, you will get a different picture. When it's straight, the distance between your frame and your eyes will always be the same. Once we have our card, let's draw some flowers or plants, anything you have there. This is what I see. So I will focus on getting the forms, the negative space or the background. I'm just making the outline, delimiting the negative space. I take my time and almost don't get the pencil out of the paper, because I'm looking to the plant in front of me a lot more than I'm looking at the paper. Once I do that, I shift my eyes to the positive space and start to draw the lines inside. Suddenly, we have leaves and a plant, but I didn't think about it once while I was drawing. Add shadows if you want to, just for fun. Okay, I just realized that I didn't mention why I decided to teach this class. It was about 12 years ago, when I first started in the art world, that I took a class named Drawing with the Right Side of Your Brain. Yes, there's also a book about it. And what this class did to me is that it changed my whole life, not just the way I draw. It changed how I draw, how I see, how I think, and how I apply all of this in my life. It really was the best class I ever took, no doubt. So now, 12 years and a lot of work and experience later, I feel I can share this skill with you. Actually, I must share this skill because I think everybody deserves to know this very awesome thing so we can draw easily and see the world differently. And now, the time we've all been waiting for, it's time to draw our Van Gogh. Yay! But chill. Relax your shoulders. Everything will be just fine. Do you trust me? Let's begin. Print the file I attached on the class project. It's sized at a regular print paper size A4. Then, fold it so we have 4 parts and number them from 1 to 4 from left to right. Now get your paper, pencil, eraser if you want, and turn everything upside down. What? Yes, turn both papers, the Van Gogh and the blank paper, upside down. Now fold your Van Gogh so you can see only one part of it. We will see only one of the 4 rectangles. What do you see? I see shapes, lines, shadows, lights, positive and negative spaces. And that's where we will begin. We will find a main line or a spot that I think is more intuitive. You don't need to start where I'm starting. I began in the negative space. Do you see? You just look and go for whatever calls you first. Is it a line? Is it a shape? As we practiced on the previous exercise, we can go for the outline of the negative space. Start light, just breathing and copying the lines you see. Your left side of the brain is now off. It's all about the right side, the creativity, the lost track of time, and everything we talked about. Just enjoy the process. Keep measuring and looking at what you see. For example, where does this line begin and this one end? Are they in the same axis? How far away from each other are they? You start light, but then you begin to add the contrast. Remember the exercise about tonal values? It's time to apply it here. As you can see, the Van Gogh has a very visible and sharpened trace, and before we practice in a more smooth form. It's okay. You work on whatever it is that you feel like, either a strong line or a smooth one. Both ways will work just fine. What you need to focus is on the contrast. Make the dark dark and the light light. When you finish a rectangle, move on to the next. It's always a new beginning with every form, line, and shape to look again. Try not to look at your previous drawn rectangle. Don't try to connect the lines of the 2 rectangles. Just look, measure, and draw. Don't think at all. Here, I'm trying to find the middle so I can understand where the line is. While you're drawing this, you will realize that you're not drawing a finger, a hand, or a face. That's what it means to draw with the right side of your brain. You're drawing shapes and lines. Later, when you look at it and rationalize into a finger or a face, it's okay. It's the process that has to be with the right side of the brain. Take your time to understand and see where one line connects to the other one. Of course, during the process, you won't be able to notice a lot of things because when active, the right side of the brain makes us feel like dreaming while awake. But when you come back, we might say, try to go where your mind was. You might understand that you won't be able to think about anything because you'll be almost at a hypnosis stage. Almost, of course. You will know that you were looking at the lines, measuring the distance, everything, but probably nothing else. And you will see, it's the most amazing feeling. When you're done, go ahead and look at your drawing. Look at what you've done. Don't you just love your final drawing? Isn't it amazing what our rational brain does to us? Everything gets more difficult. With the right side, we let it flow and it's much more enjoyable. We can do and draw anything. So let's put our left brain aside when drawing and use only what we need. Our right brain and our eyes. Draw what you see, not what you think you see. My final tip for today's class is not going to be a tip, but a raw version of me doing the Van Gogh drawing. I had to fast forward in double speed, otherwise it would be too long and too heavy to upload here. So just have in mind that it's raw, fast and forward 2 times the actual speed. It's not essential that you watch it, but it might help you at some point. The way I hold the pencil, measure the distance, analyze the lines, the weight of the lines, and so forth. If it helps just a little bit, I'll be very happy. Almost forgot! Don't forget to sign your drawing. It's amazing. I'm really proud of you. Don't forget to share your work on the class project so I can see your masterpiece. I'm really looking forward to it and I hope you are too. I am very proud you made it this far and remember, practice, practice, practice. Thank you so much for joining me here. Follow me and I'll see you in the next class. Ching ching! Welcome to the raw lesson. I didn't edit, I just fast and forward twice the speed because of the size of the video. I think it's a nice way to see all the steps and follow along. I hope this helps you to create your own method. Remember to breathe and enjoy the process. This is the second and final part of the raw lessons. Let me know if you like this format of lesson and if it's helping you in any way. Thank you again for being here. Have a wonderful time finishing your Van Gogh drawing with the right side of your brain. Because the right side is literally the right side.